It has been a while since I have done a centerpiece, so today I'm going to be doing 3 centerpieces, all with a really nice tin. First off, I'm going to tell you where I got them and how much I spent on each one. This first little cocoa tin was actually free because it was a present from a friend of ours. She is basically a Disney type travel agent, goes to Disney World all the time, and brought back 3 little cocoa tins for us as a Christmas present. And I've already made the first 2 and sold those. They had Mickey and Minnie on it, and this one has Goofy. So I really like anytime you can find a tin that has like an iconic character, especially something from Disney that's super popular. So these are really a great idea if you can find any tins like this. Second one I found at a yard sale just this summer, and it is a Lifesavers tin from 1992. The thing that caught me was the really pretty decorations on it, all the pretty colors, the illustrations. And even though it's for Lifesavers, it doesn't just like stick out in your face like a giant Lifesaver picture. It's just subtly done, like the wreaths and also the little Lifesaver on the top of the sleigh. So I really thought this one was really pretty and will make a really nice centerpiece of some sort. And I think I said this, but it was 75 cents. Now this one I really like a lot. It's a larger container. It's a Campbell's Super Recipe Soup Box. So it would be for recipe cards. And I got this at an antique mall for $3. We usually always try to keep all our centerpiece boxes at $5 and under. So I was really glad that I was able to find this one. It even comes with a little recipe on the side. So I think this one will also be a really cute centerpiece. I'm going to start with the smallest one and work my way up to the largest. And as always, I've already put the foam inside of each one. Depending on how well you pack it, you can either hot glue it inside, or like this one, it's tight enough. I was just able to shove the foam down in there and no hot glue was necessary. And for all 3 of these, I'm going to be using my buffalo snow because I think white snow just looks best with these tins. Something else that I like to use is Spanish moss, but I thought the kind of gray-brown of the Spanish moss wouldn't really match the color schemes that I'm going for. Even though this one's not very big, it actually can have quite a bit of height. So I like to use these that have 3 prongs of the greenery, and it gives it a nice tall stature. And I also sometimes like to pick out one nice little thing in the middle, but for this one, it's just going to be some really pretty greenery with a couple little pieces of candy to decorate it. And in order for it to stick down into the foam, I always trim it up with scissors just to make a nice stem. And 95% of the time, I hot glue everything into place. It just depends on the item, but I pretty much always hot glue everything. So as I'm working, if you start to see little pieces of greenery kind of show up all over the place, it's because making centerpieces is kind of messy. I always end up having things kind of fly all over the place. The floor, the table. That's also why I have this white piece of paper down, because I usually have this silicone mat. It's great for painting, but glitter and anything green absolutely sticks to it like crazy. So I'm trying to protect it just a little bit so it's not quite as messy and I don't have as much to clean up at the end of these projects, because doing 3 is quite a lot in one day. We have a bunch of centerpieces that we sold last year, so I'm definitely behind on making centerpieces. So this is another reason why I thought it would be a good centerpiece making kind of day. I'm going to be using this peppermint pick as decoration because it is kind of a peppermint looking colored tin. I'm also going to save a couple of them for the Lifesavers because it does remind me of Lifesavers as well. I think I got these at Hobby Lobby, can't really remember, but that's usually my go-to place. So we've been selling our centerpieces also at our local craft show that we go to every year, which is at a church. And of course, we usually have an open house at our house. But last year, we started selling some things at a tree farm where we do not have to be there all the time. They just have them in their shop and people can come in and look around. And that was fantastic because it opens up your things to a new crowd of people. Because, you know, after you've been going to the same place for years and years, you get a lot of the same people coming, and they might not need a centerpiece every year. So doing the tree farm was fantastic because we sold so many things. And yes, there's a little bit of commission. It's, I think, 20%. But we were just thrilled with that. That did not bother us whatsoever. So we're going to be doing the same thing again this year. And hopefully we do just as well as last year. We're going to be putting in a few more things, like ornaments, not taking probably quite as much of the old to our other craft show, and letting this new place be where we take our older things so it's new to them. And as you can see as I'm doing this one, even though this is small, you really can put quite a bit inside of this little space. Especially if you use greenery that has multiple stems on it, it makes it look fuller and you don't have to push as much into the foam. So it's a little container but can really pack a punch. Another thing I'm going to try to do in this video is repurpose these, because I had these for years. And I understand why. It's a little bit older looking, it's more of a vintage looking tin. Also, this Santa, he's vintage, and I personally don't think he's creepy, but I mean, you know, I can see why other people are not a fan of, you know, the wrinkles, and there's no white in his eyes, no highlights whatsoever. So I have a couple containers that have similar centerpieces that I'm going to be pulling things out and repurposing these because I just don't think these containers are going to cut it anymore. So I wanted to cover up the stems of these little picks. I put some normal greenery here in the front, but I don't really like how it doesn't match this flocked greenery. I have this eucalyptus stem that I cut off just the very top, and I'm going to just glue it directly to the greenery because it can't actually shove down into the foam anymore. So I like that just to give it a little bit of the flocking in the front and in the back. And this is actually it for the first one. Quick, simple, and cute. I like that it's on the smaller side. I know that we sold both of them last year, so I'm looking forward to whoever gets to own this one this year. For the Lifesavers tin, I think I'm going to make this one where you can kind of view it 360. Sometimes I have it where you can only see it really from the front, but I like that it has an image all the way around, so I'm going to try to do it kind of like a 360 centerpiece where you can sit it in the middle of a table and it looks pretty from all sides. I went ahead and finished this one up. So I really like the couple little peppermints here in the front, also with the tall candy canes in the back. I added this red out here just to tie in more of the red color. And then I didn't have the same exact things like this greenery right here with this bright lime green. I usually never use this color because I don't like this lime of a green, but I thought it worked really well with the Lifesaver color. It reminded me of the Lifesaver green. So on the back, I didn't have enough peppermints, but I did have this candy cane from this centerpiece that I showed you earlier. This also came from that original centerpiece. So I really like how it turned out. I think you have a pretty view of it, 360. So I think you could pretty much put it anywhere in your house. Also, by the way, if this area back here is really jumbled, I'm going to try to give you a better view of each one of them at the end. But I didn't put up my backdrop because it's just kind of awkward and falls over all the time. So you kind of get a sneak peek as to what my craft room looks like. Now we're going to work on our last one, the Campbell's recipe box. I'm really excited about this one because I have this really cute gingerbread man that I got from Michael's last year. It was originally $9. I think it was, when we went, it was probably about only 75% off, if that, and it's just $3.60. Whenever I did buy it, I debated on even getting it because I do think Michael's is a bit more expensive than Hobby Lobby, but they didn't have anything like this left over. So I'm really excited to use this little guy in the Campbell's box because they match so well with the pretty red and white. I went ahead and just put some greenery behind the snowman. I found these snowflakes long before Joann's ever closed at Joann's. And I think I'm also going to try to include these jingle bells. These were absolutely all over the place at Hobby Lobby last year, and they come in these big clusters. And I just went ahead and cut off some red and white ones to probably decorate inside by my snowflakes. So I finished the centerpiece, but sometimes what I like to do around this little rim where the lid used to go, I like to put a little ribbon. And so I think I'm going to wrap a ribbon around the back and then put a bow right there in the center. I'm even thinking about doing it to the Lifesaver tin, but it just depends on if I can find the right ribbon. So I finally finished all 3 of them. As always, tell me in the comments if you have a favorite. For me, I honestly probably think it's this one just because it's so cute. I love gingerbread man. I love the red and white, but this is my second favorite. This would be my third just because it's a little bit smaller. But I really think they turned out really cute and pretty. I like that they all kind of have a candy theme and a red and white theme to them. So I really enjoyed making all these. I love that they have a unique container that somebody will hopefully have a connection to, or they just like it. They're great for your kitchen. They're great for anywhere, really. So I love making all of these. I think they all turned out so pretty and so cute. I love that they're different sizes as well. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.